You got fake drip.
Hey, what's cracking? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a super quick video. I know I say that every single video, but I promise you today's video will be very fast. What I want to do is just show you guys how to properly convert your F-Log files, especially from the X-S10 or any other Fujifilm camera, correctly so they look super dope. Now, I put out a video recently and I didn't want to push the colors so much. I just wanted to demonstrate the quality or the video quality of the Fujifilm X-S10 without having to push any color. So what I did is I applied Fujifilm's F-Log to Rec. 709 codec and I just left it there. Some people were saying the colors are really weird. Some people were saying the colors are really natural. So to clear up any controversy, today I want to show you how to correctly convert it into more of a vivid color depth. So that's what this video is about. I'll meet you guys here on my extremely large BenQ monitor and we'll go through how to do this. Today I'm doing this technique through DAVINCI Resolve. Reason being, it's a free software. You can get the non-studio version for free. You can do all these techniques in there for free. So there's no excuse, guys. Go download this thing. Don't tell me you're using Premiere or Final Cut. Just download DAVINCI Resolve. Let's do this correctly. Okay, so grab my file here. As you can see, this file here, just took this file here. Wow. I grabbed this file and I dragged it over into my timeline. Simple as. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to head over to the effects. So let's click on this, load up our effects here. Go down to effects, I believe, yeah. Grab an adjustment clip. Now this may look a little bit different to yours if you're using an older DAVINCI Resolve because I've just updated it. This is number 17. Okay, so what we're going to do is just going to layer this over the top so we can just affect this layer and not the actual base layer itself. Cool. So we've got that. Let's head over to the color tab, which is this one here. This isn't a DaVinci tutorial. I just want to point that one out. Okay, so we've got our very F-Log flat looking image right here. This is actually the file itself, and this is the adjustment layer. Very precarious angle. Please don't watch that. Let's scoot in a little bit so it's not so weird. Alright then, so we've got this here. So what we want to do to start with, there's two options we can do, right? We can download the F-Log to Rec. 709 files, which Fujifilm give us a great result, but I think you get a better result out of DaVinci when you use their in-software conversion. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to head over here to Open Effects, click on that, and we're just going to scroll down, or we can search, but I'm just going to scroll down here just a little bit to Color Space Transform. Grab that, drop it on top. Boom, there we go. What I'm going to quickly do is actually make one more node. No, we don't need to. Forget that. Okay, so once we've got this loaded up, we can see here we've got input color space, input gamma, output color space, and output gamma. And then we've got tone mapping method DaVinci. Now, previously, some people might have changed this to something else like luminance or something like that. But I'm going to leave this as DaVinci's new algorithm because I really like how it turns out. So in the input color space, we want to do Rec. 2020 because that's what F-Log is. It's not Rec. 709 yet. So let's scroll down. There we go. Rec. 2020. Click that. Slight change. And we'll do F-Log Fujifilm next. So let's go down till we find Fujifilm F-Log. Here we go. Click on that. Quite a drastic change there. And now the output color space, we want it to be Rec. 709. So we'll scroll down here until we find Rec. 709, which is just here. And then to use in our timeline, output gamma, we want the gamma to be Rec. 709 as well. So that's F-Log. What am I doing? Rec. 709. Boom. Now we should have a Rec. 709 image from our F-Log. So let's go and take a look at the before and after. That's the before, that's after, a lot more vivid. Let's take a look at this on the bigger screen on the timeline here. Okay, so what we can do now is here's our adjustment layer. We can just toggle this on and off to see what we've got. Now we can see there's a lot more color, a lot more tonality. You can see a lot more things outside there on the street. And obviously from here now we can adjust the highlights, the shadows and things like that to make it look like a better image. But this is basically the easiest way I find to convert with inside DaVinci Resolve, and it gives you great colors out of the box. I'll show you some more examples how that looks out in the field kind of work, but for now we've just got this example on the screen here. The next way we can do it is to do it with the provided Fujifilm Luts, and I'll show you guys how to do that now. What we'll do is we'll grab another adjustment layer, we'll pop it on top. We'll turn off the one below and just work on this one. So we're back to F-Log again, as you can see here. And you should only see one adjustment layer because we turned the other one off visually. And now we just need to load in our Luts from Fujifilm. Let's see if we even have those. Click on the Fujifilm, double click on the folder they gave us, scroll down to the camera that we're using here, which is the X-S10. And now we have some options here. As you can see, when you hover over, it gives you what they will initially look like. There we go. Boom. Look at that face. Alright, so what we have, if we go into the list here, we have 4 conversions and their cubes. We have F-Log to Eterna, we have F-Log Gamut to Eterna Rec 709. So one is a bleach bypass, I believe. Yeah, so we've got a bleach bypass, that's what the BB stands for. We've got the normal Rec 709, we've got F-Log Gamut to just Rec 709, and we've got the wide dynamic range. Alright, so a lot of people just use the Eterna look, but I'm going to use the F-Log to Rec 709, which is the same conversion we did not too long ago with the color space transform with inside DaVinci Resolve. So I'm just going to show you the difference what you get when you do that. Just grab it, drag it over, and as you can see, it's been put on, but not much difference has happened. All that's happened, if we look closely now, is the skin has now came into color, and some of the colors have came into play, but it's very, very subtle. And that's exactly what I did on the previous video that got released this week. So if we go back to the timeline, we can see a big difference now. So this is the Rec 709 conversion from Fuji, what we've seen. If I switch that off and I'll move over to what DaVinci does, you see a lot more contrast, a lot more vividness. We'll keep flicking back forth there. Very subtle. So it's down to taste. I guess the Fujifilm one is there for you to then edit upon afterwards, and the DaVinci one just brings it into a space where you could probably just use that file straight away. So let's test out some of the other Fujifilm ones. Let's just reset this. Boom. Let's not use the bleach bypass because for me that's just ridiculous. It's too much for me. It's too much of a style. Let's grab the Eterna because a lot of people will be using the Eterna, and boom, drag that on there. Now I feel like the Eterna brings us closer to what the DaVinci does, even though the highlight's extremely blown out. Now this is supposed to be the film look, so we can scroll that one off there, put this one on. Here we can see the difference between the two. So those are the two simplest ways to convert your F-Log files into Rec 709 files. The easiest ways. Now I'm not covering color grading or anything like that in this video. Maybe in a future video, but I think this will close up the series of X-S10 videos for this month. Okay, so I think that's it for today's video. I just wanted this one to be an informative video. If you're a new Fujifilm user, or if you've been using Fujifilm for a while, maybe you've just started getting into F-Log, or you haven't used F-Log because you feel like it's a bit too complicated, like a lot of people seem to think, but it's not so hard, right? It's not so difficult, especially if you have conversion LUTs already made for you. Now there is a third way you can convert your files yourself using contrast and correct saturation and blends and stuff like this, but it's a lot more complicated than just using the simply provided LUT from Fujifilm or the color transform with inside DaVinci Resolve. So I hope this video was informative to you guys. If it was, please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment below if you're a new user, and yeah, let's connect, let's conversate. Stay safe, and I will catch you in whichever video happens to come next. Peace and love. Today is an iced coffee day. Hell yeah.